this video will be kind of a week exploring DC. We've lived here for about like a year and a half, and I don't think we fully have explored all of DC. I don't know if we ever will. There's so much to do, but I do feel like DC is a cool city in the sense that there's a lot of events and activities going on all the time, usually for free. So it's like it's just, there's a lot to do. So this week we're going to check out the Umbrella Art Fair, which is a fair that happens annually. It features a lot of DC artists, international artists, and so it takes place between like 3 days, I think. But luckily for us, it's like really close to where we live, so we'll walk over there. And then later we're gonna go to a coffee Omakase at this really cool place. I think it's called Leute. I don't know, but apparently it means good people in German, and it's like a popular like coffee bar that's based out of Korea, and I think this might be the only location. So Ro and I are gonna drink a lot of coffee at 3 o'clock though, so I don't know if we'll sleep at all, because we're not really coffee drinkers. Like, we like to pretend we are, but it's more like a bunch of milk, a little bit of coffee. Anyways, so yeah, this is my little cozy week in DC, exploring DC and motivating you to take advantage of wherever you live and find things that you can only really do there. Stick along, come along. Bye. Hey, I'll meet you same place. Okay, so now we're on our way to the coffee Omakase, and somebody so kindly wrote out how to say the name on TikTok, so I'm pretty sure it's Gute, Leute. Hopefully that's right, but ignore what I said in the intro because I'm pretty sure that was not right. Anyways, they give you 2 different menus to choose from. You have your seasonal specials or your signature. Bro got the signature, I got the seasonal. They start you off with an espresso shot, and it is quite intense. It was in this moment that I was second guessing my decision, but honestly, it was such an amazing experience from beginning to end. Like, the different flavor profiles were things that I would never think go with coffee. Here's a little bit of the experience to kind of give you a feel of it all, but it was like watching artists at work.
Heat up our cinnamon stick here. Very small one. Then mix our blackberry sangria. So now we're gonna start with blackberry sangria.
Does it always stick to the cone?
Sometimes.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was an
you really can. Here you go.
Lemon and roses. We're gonna torch the lemons to enhance the sweetness and lemony flavor. After we torch it, it smells even more better. Yeah. To make our cocktail, we're gonna use another rosemary scent. Rosemary.
Have one of these in the house.
I think it's have lemon sorbet here. Start with lemon sorbet. Espresso shot. And lastly, this beautiful tonic water with lavender syrup. And this is how we make our blonde eclair.
Here we go. Bitch, that's the closest I've gotten to smoking.
So yeah, as you can see, they have really unique flavor profiles. So you can have like, in one of them there's peach puree and like lemon sorbet, and they're rosemary infused or lavender, like all these floral or fruity flavors that work so perfectly with coffee, and it makes the coffee flavor more mild, and it's chef's kiss. And I'm also somebody that doesn't drink alcohol because I'm pretty sure I'm allergic, and that's a story for another day. But I always feel like it's cool to watch mixologists and like bartenders create drinks, and so for me this is kind of the equivalent, where I felt very seen and I got to indulge on people like mixologists, but in the form of coffee. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah. So the signature menu was about 23, I want to say, and then the seasonal was around 34. The seasonal had 5 drinks, whereas the signature had 4, and the last drink wasn't coffee, it was more like a dessert. But it was really cool because I got a tea, so they gave me a to-go cup, so it was nice to kind of spread it out a little bit. After the tasting, we went to a ramen spot that was nearby, also in Arlington, and it was delicious. Bro got ramen and I got their chicken katsu curry, and it was amazing. We got there and nobody was there yet, and we had got there at like 3 o'clock, so it was still we got there around 5 o'clock, so it was still pretty early. But the food was amazing, and our server, she was from Osaka, which is the same city my dad's from in Japan, so I thought that was cool. And yeah, as you can see, when we left, it was very busy. People were waiting for seats, so it seems like a very popular spot, but the food was amazing. The people there were really kind as well, so would definitely recommend if you're in the area. And then yeah, we just headed home. That was the end of the day, but it was such a beautiful, fun day. Loved it. So I'm having a hard time falling asleep. It's legit almost 1 a.m. and I think it's because of the coffee. Sundays for me are very much about resetting, recentering, setting my intentions going into the week, figuring out how I can be the most productive, and relaxing. So that's what we're gonna do today. Still explore a little bit, But some of the questions I ask myself as I'm setting up the week is, how do I want to show up in this world? And lately for me, it's been, I want to treat people not how they treat me, but treat people based off of who I am. I don't want to allow this world to make me bitter and something that I'm not. And so I want to meet people with loving kindness, even if that's not what's received, because it's a matter of understanding that you never know what people are going through, and so giving people grace and love might be exactly what they need. And so that's my intentions. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but if I set the intention, it's more likely to happen. And then I write down one thing I want to improve on and how I plan to do that. And it can range from a skill set, or it could range from a characteristic or something I want to work on internally. So it could be discipline, consistency, etc. Or for me this week would probably be just getting used to capturing and getting better at shooting and editing and practicing like observing life in a creative form, if that makes sense. So walk around and just I guess shoot photography and see what I can find. And one thing that scares you, so this might sound a little pathetic, but I've been lately I'm really good at talking at events or talking and having small talk with people, but if I'm not doing that, if I'm not working, I sometimes try to avoid eye contact. I'm in my little bubble, and so I want to be more intentional with starting conversations with strangers, because it sounds so pathetic, but I feel like it's become harder to communicate and connect with people in real life. Like, friends are different, but complete strangers, I think there's so much you can learn from people. So I'm going to be intentional with sparking conversations with complete strangers in real life. Online it's easy. And then what's one new experience or place I want to visit. And this week I haven't figured it out, but it can range from anything from like a new park or a new walking path, or it could be a new restaurant, or it could be archery or trapeze class. Like, it all varies, but just at least setting up and planning that one thing to kind of take me out of my routine, I think, is super important. And so yeah, those are some of the ways I set up my week, aside from like the productive side, more of like the how can I grow as a person side. So I figured I'd share, but today should be a fun day. I'm gonna explore a little bit, hang out with a friend, and so I'll take y'all along. But yeah, thanks for being here. So my wonderful friend Tiffany invited me to this really cool event about Bomba, which is a musical style that was developed by enslaved West Africans in Puerto Rico during the 17th century. It was a way for people to communicate and express their feelings and plan rebellions. It was cool learning about the origins and the role it plays in revolutions still today. We also got to hear what it meant to all the people there.
Especially in these times, Bomba also inspires us to bring all of our strength forward. Take the power of our drums, rise as one, and stand like the barrileras that we are.
It was cool because the dancer set the beat and the drummer followed, so it was very conversational. I loved it. Honestly, DC is such a melting pot. It's one of the few places that I've lived where you have people from different countries, sometimes ones you've never even heard of, that are so willing to share and educate about their beautiful country and their culture. There's a weekend out here where it's called Embassy Weekend, and a lot of the embassies open up their doors so you can learn about the country and try their food and watch some performances and play games. Like, I didn't know that Eritrea just got their independence like a couple decades ago. That's like, there's so much you don't know. And so for someone that loves traveling internationally, I feel like if there's one place to live in America, DC might be that place where I get to still learn about other countries without really going too far. Anyways, thank you again for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, you cute.